Lynn. Welcome to Cooking with Lynn. I'm cooking again in my kitchen for the Cumberland Library. I am making a pan-seared salmon with a kale apple salad today. Something nice and easy and quick. Could be a good weeknight meal. You can do it on the grill. You can do the salmon you can do on the grill if you want, now that we're getting a little warmer out and wanting to turn on the grill. But kale salad, let's start. Well, let me talk about what we need. I always get myself off base here. So obviously kale. I just got regular kale, just a nice big bunch of kale, and an apple. And I'm going to put some almonds. It's, slivered almonds, but I'm just going to chop up some almonds just for a little crunch on my salad. And I'm going to shave some Parmesan cheese over that. And you have to excuse, this is the technical difficulties show. I always seem to have trouble with my angles, but I'm doing this all by myself, filming and the whole 9 yards. So bear with me and just enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to start with the kale salad because raw kale in a salad needs to sort of wilt down, so you need to get the dressing on it and get it working and wilting down. You can massage it too. That'll help it wilt down a little faster, because kale can be kind of crunchy and tough and a little bit unpleasant. And most people probably cook it. I don't know if that many people are using it in salad, but it makes a good salad if you do it right. So I'm just going to start by getting this, just ripping them off you can cut them. Hope you can see what I'm doing here, but you can cut it off the rib. You do not want that center rib here, that thing that's tough and hard and just not pleasant at all. So you can cut it off, but quite frankly, I've already washed it, by the way. No worries. I just rip it off. Just rip it off. And this meal, so normally I would do this for me and my husband, but he's not here tonight, so I'm getting salmon and he's not. But you will forgive me. I will make him salmon another time. We both love salmon. I make it a lot. Some people might find it intimidating. Why do I have a glare on my face? It's very sunny today, coming from there. Anyway, I make it a lot. It's a little bit expensive, but if you went to a restaurant, you'd pay a heck of a lot more, and you can make it the way you want it here. Plenty of things you can do with it. It's very, very easy. I don't know if people are intimidated by salmon, or by fish in general. I never used to want to cook it because I was like, oh my God, it's got to be so tough. It's because it's always like this fancy thing in a restaurant, and you just assume that it's really tough to make, and it's really quite easy and kind of hard to mess up, in my opinion. So I just ripped all that off. I'm gonna just kind of give it a rough chop. Just a quick little rough. And the rest of the salad, if you want, you can prepare it like later, but you got to get that kale in there and get it wilting down a little bit. It's kind of like cabbage. Like if you made a coleslaw, you want to put that in the fridge and let it sort of let the cabbage sort of wilt down a little bit. Cabbage can be really tough to chew. So you really won't make coleslaw and eat it right away. Kind of want to make it ahead. Just going to get it in the bowl. This is way too much for just me, but I'll save some for another time. So I'm just going to make the dressing and get it wilting down, and then I'll finish the salad while the salmon is cooking. So, all over the place. I'm making my dressing. Dressings are very easy to make. Sometimes people can be intimidated by that as well. Making your own dressing, really, really super simple. This one is just, so what is salad dressing? Oil and vinegar typically. I'm using white wine vinegar. You can use balsamic, you can use red wine vinegar, you can use apple cider vinegar. You get apples in the salad, apple cider vinegar would be good. Regular vinegar, whatever you choose, it really doesn't matter. Of course, in every video, something has to give me a hard time. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of this white wine vinegar. That's it. And 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, some people like their dressings more vinegary, more oily, whatever. You can, adapt your dressing the way you want it. That's slow. There we go. And then just salt and pepper. Not too much. Pinch. A little bit of a bigger pinch of salt. You can adjust it. Like I always say, you can put more salt, you can't take it out. I'm just going to whisk that. Now, when you're pairing things together, if you were going to do, like say a mustard, maple mustard glaze on your salmon, you could do a little bit of mustard in your dressing. Mustard also helps emulsify the dressing so it stays together. And sort of to carry that theme through, use mustard in here, grainy mustard, or not yellow mustard so much, but like a stone ground or grainy mustard in here, and it'll help to keep your dressing together. So that's just a quick little vinaigrette, and I'm just going to pour it over, and might seem strange, but I'm going to massage it in and drop some on the floor. And look, it's already wilting down. You see how quickly? I'm so sorry that the camera has to be so far away. I need a cameraman. Any takers? All right, and that's really it. And that's going to just get set aside, and it's just going to sit and wilt down, and I got to wash my hand. All right. So for now, that's the salad. Let's get that aside. So salmon. Salmon, in my opinion, I've been making it a lot, and I don't know why I was ever intimidated by it. And there's so much you can do with it. There's so many things you can put on it. You can do like a mango salsa, just some cut up mango with some red onion or red pepper and some white onions, or strawberries would be great, like strawberry mango salsa. That would be delicious. And, or some kind of a glaze, something as simple as like a garlic, butter, lemon, or just butter and garlic. I'm using dill. I got some fresh dill. I'm just going to do a butter, garlic, fresh dill glaze over the, not glaze, just pour it over the top. And I mean, it's delicious on its own with salt and pepper and olive oil. So anything you add to it's just going to enhance it. Sometimes I do, like I said, like a maple mustard glaze, and put that, you would put that on and let it, like it makes the caramelize the top when you're cooking it. So that's that. So I'm just going to get it seasoned up and get it in the pan. I'm going to sear it, so you're going to get the pan kind of screaming, not like blazing hot, but pretty hot. Get your olive oil in there. And I'm going to put some on here too. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Put the handle out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And just salt and pepper to start. Pretty much it. Everything's in the way. Okay. Now I left the skin on. You can take it off. It's not that easy to take off yourself. It comes off a lot easier after it's cooked. If you go to like a fish market or a meat market, you can ask them to take it off if you want. You don't want to put that in there until that's nice and hot, because it will immediately stick, and you know, you just really don't want that. So we're going to start it, let's see, my little fish turner, and get out my combs. I'm going to start it on the flesh side now, and then we'll do skin side after. See, are we hot enough? Yeah, we're hot enough. Got a little sizzle going there. Maybe turn it up just a little. So, while that's going, I'm going to get the rest of the salad done. Get this out of the way. Clean up. Try to be organized while I cook, but it doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. And I apologize if I look over there and you're over there. I go through this every time. You know, like I said, I don't have a cameraman. Doing this solo. Doing the best I can. So, alright, so I have an apple, which I washed. And I'm going to cut it in little thin strips. And get that in my salad. I love a little sweet something in my salad. I put blueberries sometimes, or strawberries, or dried cranberries. whatever, with grapes, whatever you have. Leave it out if you don't want it. This is salad. You can add, you know, things that you like. Leave out things that you don't like. This is a thick skin. And, you know, the way you cut them doesn't really matter. I'm just slicing them really thin. I'm going to toss them in. All there is to that. You use arugula instead of kale, or just make a regular salad, obviously. Get that going a little higher. This skin is so thick. Now, I don't think I need the whole apple because this is a salad for one after all. Okay, so that's gonna go for 4 or 5 minutes. A lot of times when you get salmon in a restaurant, if you don't say anything, they're gonna leave it a little bit uncooked in the middle. I don't like it like that. I like it cooked through, so when I order it in a restaurant, I always say cooked through. They always do a good job of that. But most of the time, I'm making it at home, and sometimes if I'm unsure, I just kind of cut the middle open a little bit and just peek at it because I don't like it uncooked in the middle. I know it's fine, but it's just a preference of mine. So I'm just going to let that go for probably another 2 or 3 minutes. What else is going in my salad? I'm gonna be using lemon and garlic and dill on top of my salmon, so I'm gonna get that going. Just gonna juice this. Of course, it's gotta have a million seeds. That's all right. Get those out of there. I have a juicer, but I think I'd get it out, but you know, one of those things. I don't want to wash that. Less things to wash, the better. Get out. Get out, get out, get out. Alright. Just really need, it's 1 piece of salmon, so just, I mean, normally, that probably, some people would think that that's too much for one person, but I can eat the whole thing. We each eat the whole thing. I'm going to check it because it's really starting to, as you can see, chicken a little, but that's alright. Okay, flip. Oh yeah. Pretty. Pretty. Got a nice sear. So a lot of times too, what I do is I cook it like this. I get a good sear on both sides and I finish it in the oven. But another thing that you can do is you can dome it. If you have a metal bowl, which apparently I don't, here it is. You can just dome it. So after it's got a little bit of a good sear, I'm going to turn it down a little bit and I'll just dome it. Just put a metal bowl. Just make sure it's metal. Don't put a plastic bowl over it. Get rid of the seeds. Making a mess. Alright. Dill. Let's cut up some dill. I love dill and I think it goes really well with salmon. Pretty typically what I use when I make you know, other herbs go well, certainly. You make that maple mustard sauce. You could add a little bit of Greek yogurt or some heavy cream and turn it into a cream sauce. Just run your knife through until it's small enough and get that in there. And use a little bit more for garnish if you want. Alright, I am going to actually put a little olive oil in there too. Just a little bit. So, I hope you can see what I'm doing. Alright. And some garlic. Turn that down. You get a good, really good hard sear on that inside. It'll peel right off and get rid of it. My husband tries to eat it and I don't get that. But I like this garlic. Just need a little bit, like one big one and one small one. Actually, probably just one big one is enough. I hope I'm not mumbling. I'm sorry if you can't hear me. All right, I'm going to turn this way down, and I'm gonna dome them. Make it like a little oven. Let it go for probably 4 minutes or so. Starting to smoke. Hopefully my fan won't turn on. That would be quite annoying. Smash that down. I mean, this whole thing, what, 10 minutes? 15 minutes? Easy, easy. Probably not something your kids would like, but make them some chicken fingers. And chop that up. So, being that I'm putting this on the top of the salmon, raw, I probably should have used my microplane to really get this tiny, so you're not chewing on garlic, but it's okay. I just keep running my knife over it until it's as small as I want it. Another thing I like to do with salmon is cut it into cubes and shish kebab it on the grill. That's also very yummy. What else did I want to put in there? I got lemon, I got olive oil, I have herbs, and the dill, and I have some garlic in there now. So that's going to just go right over the top when I'm done, and I think that's about it. Probably throw a little salt, a little pepper. Once you start making it, you can improvise with the toppings, and certainly there's plenty of suggestions for toppings. I mean, you just put tartar sauce on it if you want. You can come up with all kinds of things to put on it. Pesto, just tomatoes, like some sort of like a bruschetta type of thing. There's plenty of things you can do. And bruschetta, sorry. Apologize to the Italians. Gonna just check on this guy. Don't pick it up without something. Gonna flip it. Maybe. Yeah. So that skin, see that skin will lift right off. Dome them again. Okay, so salad. Let's get back to the salad. I'm a mess. I'm blabbing. Let's get back to the salad. Rinse the hands. Okay. So, the hands. Toss it. Probably would have cut my apples a little bit smaller if I had time, but I don't want to bore you with my chopping. Also, okay, so the other thing I said I was going to put in my salad is some almonds. And you can just buy some slivered almonds, but I had almonds, so I hated to buy more. So I'm just going to give these like a rough chop. Make sure that's done all the way. Oh, it's actually off. Okay, good. Just a rough chop. Get a little crunch in there. I like a variety in my salad. Different things. I made a giant salad last night and it was so big. I think we needed a nap after we ate it. I just don't like a bowl of lettuce. I want stuff. Toss that in there. There we go. And for a little extra fanciness, I guess you could say, I'm just going to shave some Parmesan over it. I could put Parmesan on pretty much anything and everything. And if something is missing something, the answer is always Parmesan. I'm so sorry, I keep looking at the laptop. Parmesan cheese. Put more Parmesan on it. It's yummy. That's my salad. That tip just needed to be cut off. Okay. I'm thinking that the salmon is done. I'm going to put it on a plate up my salad. You can check it out. I mean, see how easy that was? I put it in the pan, I flipped it over, and that was pretty much it. Ouch, it doesn't get any easier than that. It truly does not. You can't see it because it's over there. And yeah, I'm gonna do this with my hands. Or my garlic, I guess you could call it a salsa verde, which is just olive oil with some herbs. That's a beautiful plate of food for a weeknight meal. Serve that to your husband and you'll never have to go to a restaurant again. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you try it out. Try out a bunch of different variations and make it your own. Check out our other videos on YouTube, the Cumberland Public Library's page, and go to our Facebook page and check out what we got coming up. Lots of stuff coming up for the summer. We'll see you soon.